Okay, welcome to the channel and welcome to another video on the Mini. So this is part 16 on this Mini. So I've done a few bits and pieces, guys, during the week on the Mini. So I'll just get to those in a second. But I just want to say a big thanks to everyone that's still commenting and still pushing me along, still sort of helping me carrying on with it, because it does become a bit sort of disheartening, really, where I put so much time and effort into this and it's still not running. It's really frustrating. So all the comments and everyone sort of pushing me along and sort of carry on doing it, you needed there, it's just fantastic and it's absolutely great. I love it, and it really does help me to sort of don't lose heart in it and don't just sell it as it is. I can easily just put this on the internet, and for spares and repairs, I'll tell them exactly what happened with it. I can direct them to the YouTube channel to show them what I've done on the car, and then just get rid of it as it is. But I really do think that it just needs to start running, this car. It just needs to just bring it back to life. So I am going to sort of just keep sort of hopefully plodding along with it. I have changed a few bits, like I said, so I'll just run through those few bits with you now. So I've changed the cam sensor. That was that one there, so I've got a new one of those. I've changed that one, so I thought, because it overheated, it got so hot, this cam cover, I thought the heat might have affected this sensor. So I thought, if I just change this sensor, I think it was only like 12 quid, I think it was, off eBay. So I thought I'd just change that, and that rules that out, really, because of the heat, like I said, because of the heat on this cam cover, I think it may have affected it a little bit. So I just got another one, just to swap it over, just to change it, just to make sure that rules that out. The other thing I got was an oil sensor. Let me zoom up. It's right underneath there. See if I'll get a better picture of you. It's that one there. So that's the oil sensor. I don't know if it's oil pressure sensor or just an oil sensor, but that one I changed that one as well. Again, that was only like 15 quid. I thought I'd just change it, swap it over. So that rules that out. And the other thing I changed was the crank sensor, which is underneath. So I got one of those as well, and I changed that one. That was a little bit more. I think that was about 25 quid, 24 quid. But I thought, if I just change those sensors, then it just kind of rules that out. That's the issue of why it's not starting. And I also went and purchased, let me just show you that, one of these. I'll just show you that, one of these. So this is a spark plug tester to see if I was getting spark. So I took off this one here, took out this one here. I think this is 4. I think it starts from there. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 4. So I thought, well, if the power is running along here and goes to there, it must be a loop that goes like this, the power feed. So if I do this one and there's nothing on this one, then there's going to be nothing on them 3. That was my theory anyway. So that's what I did. So I've done that on there, and I'm getting no spark. That should light up and tell me that I'm getting a spark, and it doesn't. I connected it up, turned it over on the key, cranked it over, and it's no sparking. So, or no lighting, sorry. So there's no spark going to these. Definitely not going to these. So there's definitely another problem here. Definitely I think it's a wiring problem. I've seen a couple of videos I've been checking on YouTube and online on forums, mini forums. I've been really doing some research to try and find out if there's anything else. So what I found out was that 15 there is a fuse that controls this relay. This relay here. So this relay is the one that controls the spark that goes, the coils. So yeah, so I've seen a few videos where this is the problem, where it's cranking over but won't start. So that definitely might be an issue, that one there, that relay, because that fuse is okay. I've checked that fuse. That fuse is part of this relay's fused line or whatever it is. So that fuse is okay. All the fuses okay. So all the fuses are all okay. But I haven't got, because you can get like a relay tester where you pull it out, put the relay tester in there, put the relay on top, and then you can test. I haven't got that really. I haven't looked into it, and they're like well over £100 for this relay tester, because you get all the relays, connections and all the rest of it. So that's that. That's where we are with that. I can go and get one of these. I've phoned Mini, the service parts department, and for one of these relays, I think it was 16 quid, brand new from Mini. So, you know, I can go and get one of them, but I've been changing these things thinking it might be it, but you just don't know if it is it. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. I've contacted a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and all he does is Minis and BMW specialists when it comes to computers. So he's got all the computer, he's got all the diagnostics, he's got all the software. So he's got all that. And I contacted him. I said, look, can you come over and have a look at it? Told him the situation with the car. Excuse me. Told him the situation with the car. And he was supposed to come this morning. That's why I'm doing this video. I think, let's look at the time. Look, it's just coming up to 9 o'clock. So Saturday morning. He's supposed to be coming around. You know, he asked for my address, gave him all the details, and then completely has blanked me. So I don't know if he's coming. I don't know. He hasn't let me know what time. He said he'd let me know what time. He hasn't. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain really. But he hasn't really sort of got back to me. I was hoping that he'll come over, and he would just sort of, you know, wipe the computer, the ECU, and then away it'll go. The other thing as well I've seen on a couple of videos is that the ECU has problems on these cars as well. So that might be a problem. It's definitely getting fuel, because the fuel, I can hear the fuel pump prime, so it primes up. So that's priming. So the fuel is definitely getting to route. I've also took off a nut from the back of the high pressure fuel pump, and fuel is getting to the end of that pipe. So it's definitely getting fuel. I don't think air would be a problem. I put a fuel filter on it, so I don't think that's going to be a problem really. The air, it's definitely getting no spark. The compression, we've done a compression test, didn't we? You saw that. I still don't know if it's okay. I still don't know until really it runs, and then I'll know if that's okay or not. So yeah, so I'm sort of, you know, I'm trying to get there, guys. I did plug in the computer again. I told you there was no codes on this. Let me get my torch. It's dark in there. I said there was no codes coming up when I plugged the computer in. But what I didn't realise, I did the other day. Let me just put that there for a minute. Right, what I didn't realise, I'll show you. Back in. Well, I know that we're getting sort of a reading, because that's the computer, the ECU. So that is, it tells you that it's connected. So I'm hoping that's okay. So if we go down to the reader, go into it. Right, it says, I've had this before, so it says it is an error or whatever. Watch. So there's no code. See that? Look, codes found, none. Read codes. So because there's no codes found, I went to store codes originally, but if I go to pending codes, you can see that, can you see it says 10. 1 of 10. There's 10 codes that comes up on this. That's the first one. So yeah, camshaft again. So I saw these couple of these two codes, and I thought, well, if that's saying it's slow, position slow, maybe that is the cam sensor. So that's why I changed it, that one. I don't know what that is. That one there. That's again the same thing. Speed sensor, vehicle speed sensor. I don't know. Turbocharger boost sensor A, circuit. Again, all these codes could be something to do with when it overheated. The car went into limp mode, and it still isn't in limp mode because it comes up with the symbol. So it's definitely in limp mode. So it's not. It's the computer saying. The computer's saying no, you're not going to start because there's still a problem, or hasn't been erased, or throttle pedal sensor. Same one. Throttle pedal sensor again. Manifold obsolete pressure. See, all these things could be had something to do with the car putting it into itself into limp mode. So yeah, so that's the 10 codes that comes up, guys. And I'm hoping that this guy was going to come over here, and he was going to wipe the ECU, reset it, and do a final check on it or whatever, and clear the computer, and then away it goes. It can start. But the guy ain't turned up at the moment, and yeah, it's really frustrating. He hasn't contacted me, or hasn't sort of said anything. But I'll come back, guys, and I'll let you know what happens if he turns up. When he turns up, I'll do a video of him doing some work on the Mini. So yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Right, okay, guys. So it's been a couple of hours now, waiting for this guy to turn up. As you can see, a couple of hours. So it's been. I'm not waiting no more for him. So I spoke to someone else, another electrician, auto electrician. He said he's gonna come out to me Monday, so I've got to be here for Monday afternoon when he turns up. So what I did was I took off all these connections to the ECU, because I read that if you just sort of disconnect all these wires, pull these wires out, pull the wires out, which I've already done, and yeah, leave it for sort of overnight, or leave it for a couple of hours, and then resets it, or it, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Just leave the ECU unplugged until Monday. Really, don't really sort of don't really matter. Just leave it like that. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Really, so just gonna be a quick one today. Just letting you know the progress on it, and hopefully Monday this guy is gonna really nail it down to what it's gonna be. I spoke to him on the phone. I told him that I'm getting no spark from this one here, which is the closest one to the ECU. And like I said to you, it kind of loops around so that the power feeds. So if there's no power going to this one, then there's no power going to any of them. So yeah, so that's where we are, guys. So Monday is going to be hopefully going to be the one, and I'll do another video on Monday. When he turns up, hopefully, you know, he can get it started, and I can show you guys that it's going, it's running. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. So it's a bit quick one just to let you know what was going on. So yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully we can get this car running, get it started, and hopefully yeah, start getting it all back together. I want to get the front back on, get all the bumper back on. I don't want to do none of the bumper work or get any of the front on until I know that it's running, because these, obviously the lines, the oil lines, want to make sure that there's no leaks. So there's no point putting it all back together and then you start, it runs, and then there's a leak. You find out there's a leak somewhere, and you know, you need to do the bolt a little bit tighter. So I'm not doing none of that until, none of the front, until I know that it's running and there's no leaks, there's no pipes that need doing up and stuff like that. So that's why I'm going to leave the front until it's running. So yeah, that's it, guys. So I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, thanks for, you know, again, thanks for watching, thanks for viewing. You know, drop me a comment below, see if you know, let me know what you think about on this one. But I'm getting really close. It's just getting to the last little pieces. I'm just trying to work out what it is. Hopefully it's going to be a relay. Spoke to the guy and he reckons very highly unlikely it's going to be a relay, but without him looking at it, without him sort of doing a little bit of investigation on it himself, he's not going to know. And I don't know. Well, I really don't know. It's definitely electrical fault. I think it's definitely an electrical fault somewhere. So I need someone with the auto electrician, you know, someone that really knows their stuff when it comes to electrics on cars and stuff, to test things. And you know, that's his job and that's what he does. I'm just gonna have to fucking bite the bullet and do it. But so yeah, so drop me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think. It's the only thing I can think of doing is getting someone in to have a look at it. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and you know, I'll see you on the next one. If you haven't already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.